Y'all, we are very much zoomed in, and that can only mean one thing. We have some new makeup to test out. I have an eyeshadow palette, some foundation, some setting powders, some blushes, some bronzers, even some lips. You guys want to see what my thoughts are on all of these products? Are they actually worth your coin? Well, then definitely keep on watching. Alrighty, guys. When's the last time we done testing new makeup? I don't know. I honestly don't know. My days kind of blur together. Doing like 3 different jobs, y'all. My days literally blur together at this point. So I don't know what I review, what I don't review, but what I do know is I do have some makeup that I bought, and I also have some makeup that got sent to me in PR that I want to test out for you guys today. So we're gonna start off with the eyes. So last week, I believe it was last week, I told you guys that I had a package end up in Puerto Rico, okay? It took a vacation without me. It's extremely freaking rude that I did that, but you know what? She showed up. I'm not kidding, I truly did not think I was going to get this package because it went from Texas to Carolina, Puerto Rico, and was there for a hot minute, and then somehow ended up in Florida. And I'm like, how does that? How? You flew over Florida? Didn't make sense. And when I talked to the post office, the guy on the phone was laughing about it just as much as I was, because I'm like, how does that happen? But it's officially here, and I know that I'm beyond late reviewing this, but she was taking a vacation. So we had the brand new DD Signature. This is the Broken Jewels palette. Now, I just saw on Instagram that this is officially sold out. I'm so late. I'm so sorry. But hopefully they didn't hopefully they didn't doing a restock on this. But I still want to show it off because it's such a beautiful palette. Some of my shades are broken, so if I'm careful about how I show it, it's just because I had to press some of the shades back in because, you know, she got a little drunky in Puerto Rico. So let me tell you guys about the Broken Jewels palette. Discover beauty in the fragments with the Broken Jewels palette, a stunning collection of 16 richly pigmented shades inspired by the brilliance that emerges from brokenness. This palette is designed to help you create everything from bold, jewel tone glam to everyday elegance. Now, it actually did retail for $48.99. You guys could use my code Allie, save you guys 10% off. I don't know if this can come back in stock. It is sold out. I would assume that this will come back in stock because DD Signature is really good about restocking their palettes. But we have it right here. Now, I want to go ahead and say that this is such a gorgeous palette. Like, truly, this is absolutely beautiful. This shade, and this shade did come in broken. I don't know if you guys can tell that I had to push it back in together. I mean, it's not DD Signature's fault at all. Like, it took a vacation. So I feel like this is such a beautiful palette. I want to play with two different shades today. I want to play like this row on one eye and like this row on one eye. So that's what we're going to do. Start off with the eyes. Again, I am so sorry that this is sold out. I think I did tell you guys about this in my new makeup releases. I just unfortunately was unable to get a review up in time for you guys because it was in a different country. So I don't know what to tell you. It just did not want to be here. So for this look, I want to do something a little bit more on the neutral on top, more colorful on the bottom. I just want to switch things up. I want to have fun. I want to switch things up. So I think on this side right here, we're going to go in like the greens, the golds. And then on this side, we're going to go in like the blues and the golds as well. Okay, so I think for right here on the outer V, we're going to go into the shade right here called Burnt Clay. And like I said, this package had completely disappeared on me. And I had to call my post office last week to be like, hey, do you by any chance happen to know like what's going on in my package? And the guy was so incredibly sweet. He looked and said, oh my God, it's in Puerto Rico. I said, yeah. That's why I was calling. Cause like, how does that happen? And he's like, ma'am, I have no idea how this happened to you. And I said, okay, so this is like a fluke. He goes, oh, for sure. He goes, they're definitely gonna be sending it back to you. And I said, honestly, I kind of don't expect me to get this package back. And he was just like, why? And I said, because it's in Puerto Rico. More often than not, when it ends up in a different area, half the time you end up not getting it back. You know what I mean? And the reason I know this is because I told you guys I've worked in customer service for beauty brands before, and I'm well aware how shipping can be, especially if it's international shipping. And there's just some things that are completely out of, you know, the brand's control and completely out of like the carrier's control. There's just some things that just are out of people's control, and some things you can't predict. So I was just like super nice to the guy. I was honestly just laughing at the situation because like that would be my luck, because I had just also dealt with another package of mine that got lost. It ended up in a different area of the state of Florida altogether. And I've never heard of that package since. I've contacted the post office. Post office said, yeah, they're ignoring us. I don't know why your package got delivered in a completely different part of the state, but I guess there's nothing that we can do about it. And I was like, okay, I guess it's lost. And the thing is, though, it's a PR package too. It's not like it was something I paid for. So since it's a PR package, I just kind of just let it go. Like, I didn't even bother trying to fight it or anything like that because there's just no point in my opinion. Now, if I paid for it, absolutely. But I did let the brand know, like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I know you sent this PR package, but it never got delivered to me. Here's the tracking so you can check yourself. I was like, you don't have to worry about sending me another one. It's completely okay. Like, I was like, don't worry. Like, save your money. Don't, no. So yeah, when I was talking to the guy last week and I was explaining that situation, honestly, the only thing we could do is we could just both laugh. And then, like, he was so sweet. He was just, like, thanking me for being so kind to him. And I was like, why would I be rude? He's like, because you'd be surprised how many people are rude. I said, I get that. I said, but it's not your fault. So why would I ever be rude to you? Like, you know what I mean? It's just shit happens. I'm just going to softly blend this shade out with the shade right here called Oral Dust. This is such a beautiful palette. Like, oh my God, this would be like a perfect like holiday palette, honestly. Okay, so right next to that shade, I'm going to go in the shade right here called Molten Citrine. This is such a beautiful like golden shade. Like, this is the type of gold that I look for in like a holiday palette, like a Christmas palette. It's this particular gold. There's something about it that I just love so much. And we're going to take that, we're going to put that right here. Yes, like right here. Y'all, I need to tell you this quick little embarrassing story about myself. I have to do a try to get ready with me. I have not done a try to get ready with me in a hot minute, and I have things that I want to tell you guys. I'm going to catch you guys up on my life. But I will tell you guys this one story. So the other night, I went, I got off of work, and I went with my best friend just to grab a beer. We went to Ale House just to grab a quick little beer and some wings. Something super, super easy, you know what I mean? Because, like, she had been working all day, and I had just gotten off of work. We haven't seen each other in a hot minute because she is other 3 beautiful boys, and so she doesn't really have a lot of time to always hang out, and I completely understand. So she was like, let's just go grab some food and some drinks after work. I said, perfect. So we went to Ale House to go grab beer and some wings, and let me tell you, we're sitting there, we're having a great time. I'm going to go into the shade right here called Golden Shard. Like, this is such a pretty green. Like, what? Y'all. So we went to Ale House, we got some wings and beer, and we were just sitting there just honestly catching up about life and just like talking to each other. I was telling her just about my life last couple weeks, whatever. And while we're sitting there was a lady sitting next to me. She was all by herself, and she was on her phone. God, I can't believe I did this. It's so freaking embarrassing. So she's on her phone, minding her own business, right? And I just happened to look over, and she has headphones on, and I see that she's on TikTok Live, but she's not on TikTok Live. She's watching a TikTok Live, and she's watching Nick from Love Island on TikTok Live. And God, I don't know why, but like for some reason, I just sat there and I just started staring at her phone because I was like, oh my God, that's Nick from Love Island. He's live on like TikTok right now. So in my mind, I'm sitting there going, I wonder like where, Alandria's at and stuff like that. Because yes, I did watch this past season of Love Island because I want to see what the big deal was. And I'm sitting there, and next thing I know, I'm looking at it. This lady she like does one of these right here. She's like, and I just went, I'm so sorry. I'm being incredibly rude. I was staring at your phone. I'm so sorry. I just saw that you're watching Nick from Love Island on TikTok. She's like, oh yeah. She's like, I'm really obsessed with Love Island. I can't stop watching them. I said, oh my God, yeah, no, they're amazing. I love that. I had a great time watching this past season. So we kind of made like a little bit of small chat about like Nick and Love Island. And I asked if like Orlando was there, and she's like, no, I don't think so. And Alyssa was right next to me. She just started giggling, and she said that my face was like, you could tell that you were like busted. And I was like, bro, I cannot believe I just got caught staring at this stranger's phone, and I had to sit here and then make small talk and pretty much be like, I'm sorry I was a creep. I literally said I'm sorry I was a creep. I wasn't trying to creep on your phone. I just saw that you had Nick from Love Island on there, and you're just trying to enjoy your meal, and here I am just freaking being nosy as hell and looking at your phone like it was my freaking phone to begin with. Oh my God, I was so embarrassed. So embarrassed. For this eye, we're going to go in with like something similar, but I want to do more of a blue tone too, because I just love a good blue and brown together. I think like it looks so pretty. Okay, so for this side, we're going to go in the shade right here called Earth Stone, and we're going to put that on the outer corner right here. Oh wow, that is really pigmented. All right, I'm going to go back in that big opal dust again, that beautiful white shade, to blend this out. I'm going to go into the shade right here called Lava Shark. This looks so freaking beautiful. And we're going to go in. Oh my God, the way that it's just like so creamy. This is going to be so pretty. We're going to put that right here. Oh, this is like a cool tone. This is like a warm tone and then like a cool tone. I love it. Okay, then right next to that shade, I'm going to go into Blue Fracture because I just feel like that'd be so pretty right next to that. Like, right? Like, I feel like that'd be so pretty. And this is one that like was broken the most, but I pushed it back together as best I could. So hopefully I won't have any issues with it later on, but like obviously time will tell. We're going to put that right here. Okay, so the blue feels a little bit more like glitter. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but the rest is really nice. So I'm gonna clean this up really fast. We're gonna come back to do the mascara because I do have a new mascara to try out. I'm gonna put on some false lashes, and then we're gonna move on to the base. Okay, so this is how the eyes are looking. I did go into the Broken Jewels palette, and I just took the shade right here called Midnight Obsession, and I just lined my upper waterline like that so I can mix it with my mascara and my false lashes. So for mascara today, I'm actually gonna go in with the brand new Milk Makeup. This is going to be the Kush Big Lift and Volumizing Mascara. This actually does retail for $29. And I've already been using this because I've been testing this out because I got sent this like a week ago. And a lot of times, I don't know if you guys know this, if you guys follow me on like TikTok or Instagram, it's just Allie Dawson 89. And even on Facebook, I think it's just Allie Dawson on Facebook. I do post a lot of shorts where I'm testing out more makeup on shorts. So like there's things that like I will post on shorts, but you guys won't see me try in a YouTube video that I will try today. But sometimes doing shorts is just a little bit easier for me when it comes to just testing out like one or two products versus like making a whole like YouTube video dedicated to it, if you know what I mean. So I didn't do one for like the Kush mascara, but I did one for other products you guys will see. But I've already been testing this out for weeks. I generally like to try different mascaras. And I will say first off, the wand is not my favorite. Like I'm not the biggest fan of a big wand like that. There's something about it that I'm just not a big fan of. It does go on my lashes nicely and it does like even and coat them. But I will say this is not my favorite mascara. Like I said, I've already been using this for a week now. It's not my favorite mascara. It does transfer on the lid just a bit. So I'm not the biggest fan of that, but it is pretty. Like it doesn't pull, but it is pretty. It doesn't pull my lashes. It is soft going on. It does lift and separate them, but I think I still just kind of prefer my drugstore mascara over a high-end mascara. I feel like drugstore mascara is where it's truly at, in my opinion. It's less in volume, but it's not like the most wowing. So I'm gonna quickly throw on a half lash, and we're gonna come on to go onto our base. Like I have the Nikkia Joy Cosmetics matte base primer. They did send this to me in PR. We haven't used this in a while. We'll test that again, but what I really want to test out is the brand new Makeup by Mario. This is going to be the brand new Surreal Natural Finish Foundation. This is supposed to be fantastic for like oily skin. It's supposed to control shine. This one was a very difficult time trying to find a shade match for me, let me tell you, but we're going to see how well this is going to hold up my oily skin. I'm also going to test out the brand new Danessa Myricks. This is the Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm. This is a mattifying setting spray. We are trying this bad boy out. Plus, you guys are going to see me wear the new Lunar Beauty bronzer sticks, the one size finishing silk powder, some new Nikkia Joy liquid blushes. Like we have some new products to try out. So let me just go throw on a half lash. I'll be right back. Okay, so for primer, we're going to go into the Nikkia Joy Cosmetics. This is a matte base primer. You guys can use my code Allie, save you guys 15% off. They were so sweet to reach out and said, hey, we haven't sent you a package in a little bit. Would you like us to send you, a little box of goodies? And I said, absolutely, because my favorite finishing powder is the Velvet Finishing Powder. You guys know that. Plus, it sent along some of their new liquid blushes. I didn't even know they had liquid blushes. So I'm excited to give that a go. It's been forever since I've used this. I remember last time I tried this, I wasn't the biggest fan of this. But you know what? I also wasn't the biggest fan of the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. And now I absolutely love that foundation. So maybe my tastes have changed. So I'm going to try this out. We're going to see how well this matte base works. You guys know that my favorite matte base is the One Size Extreme Oil Control Sucker. Is the One Size Extreme Oil Control Sucker foundation. That's my absolute favorite. So let's see how well this holds up. Now I love their finishing powder. I also love their pressed powder. For some reason, the matte base just was one that never really stood out to me. So let's see how well this wears throughout the day. We're going to try it with the brand new foundation. It has a little bit of an orange zest to it. I forgot what I feel. This goes on very smoothly. Like it's very smoothing, which I do like. And it says that this is supposed to be it's supposed to instantly blur and mattify primer that minimizes appearance of pores, smooth skin texture, and controls shine for perfect all-day makeup. It's infused with skincare to hydrate and calm the skin and controls breakout and helps improve skin condition over time. So has a little bit of tackiness to it, but let's see how well it holds up. But for foundation, I'm so excited because I bought the brand new Makeup by Mario. This is the Surreal Skin Natural Finish Foundation. Now, I never tried the original Makeup by Mario foundation because it was not meant for oily skin. A lot of my friends said, Allie, you would not like this. You have very oily skin. That foundation's not going to be for you. So when I saw that he was launching a brand new one with a natural finish that's supposed to control shine all day, I was like, bet. We have to try that. So I picked this up. This is supposed to be a natural finish weightless foundation with a medium buildable coverage. It's supposed to control shine all day, and it's supposed to also deliver up to 16 hours of hydration. Now, someone has really oily skin. For me, you think hydration and oil don't necessarily go hand in hand, but you definitely want to add hydration to the skin because it helps to control the oil, surprisingly enough. Now, this actually does retail for $48. I will say trying to find a shade was very stressful because I couldn't decide whether I was 4.5 in or 5.0. Both are light medium with a neutral undertone. I just could not decide which one's going to be for me. I couldn't decide, so I'm going to go with this. I hope it's right. I don't know if it's right. If it's not, maybe I'll exchange it out for the 5.0 one, but we're going to try this out. So I have, where's my sponge? I have a beauty blender. I got this in my, oh shit, what was it? My sunblock, like my sunblock Sephora favorite kit. I had a little beauty blender. I don't think I've ever played one of these because I never want to spend $20 on this shit. And so I figured I'd try it out today. So let's try this out. The bottle looks really beautiful. I don't have the other one to compare it to, but we'll see how well this actually holds up. I think the 4.5 shade match is honestly pretty spot on because this is a good shade match. So I feel like if I would have went with the 5.0, that might have been a little bit too deep for me. Okay, so first impressions, I will say it's a really beautiful match. It's laying down really nicely on the skin. As you guys can see, it does have a little bit of a shine to it, which shows, as you guys can see, it does have some shine to it, which is obviously the added hydration. But this is supposed to be shine control, and it has a little bit of a shine to it. It's supposed to be natural finish. Would you guys classify this as a natural finish? I mean, I think it's more, it looks like more like a glowy finish to me, but we're obviously going to have to set this down with setting powder. But first impressions, first impression, it does look really beautiful in the skin. You could definitely say this is a medium coverage foundation. I'm sure you could definitely build this up. It's looking really nice, but I'm just really curious how this is going to control the shine because there is some added shine to it. Like, as you guys can see, like right here, I would be freaking out. I would definitely have to have like setting powder because there's just no way. Like, there's just no way that I can like just say like I can go like this. Like other people can, but for me, But it does look really, really pretty. So we're going to see how well this holds up. I will say I'm very glad I got the 4.5 because I feel like this is a beautiful shade match. Okay, so for bronzer, I actually did a little short on this. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but Lunar Beauty just recently launched their brand new Outer Dimension. These are going to be their bronzer sticks right here. I do have 3 shades. I have Fair Sky, Light Sky, and Medium Sky. Like I said, I did a short on this. I'm not sure if you guys saw this. And I will say I've been wearing these every single day. I absolutely love them. So I'm going to swatch these for you guys so you guys can see. So the first shade we have is called Fair Sky. So this is how Fair Sky is going to look. It's going to be a little bit too light for me. Like, that's a little bit too light for me. I probably won't really get a use out of this one at all. I probably could honestly use this as a contour. Like, I probably could use this as a concealer if I wish to do so, because I saw that Manny was using it as concealer. Like, you can definitely utilize it like that. I do really enjoy the shade right here called Light Sky. This is a little bit more of my tone. Now, this looks, people said it looked a little bit more yellowish. I don't really see the yellow, but it does blend really beautifully. It gives me a soft glow, and it lasts a long time. I really do enjoy these. And then we also have the shade right here called Medium Sky. Now, Medium Sky, I could definitely make work as well. But I think for today, I think we're going to go into the shade right here called Light Sky. Now, I do have a discount, and I do have affiliate code with Lunar Beauty. It is code Allie to save you guys 10% if you guys do want to pick these up. Now, see how like it kind of looks a little bit different on the face? I will say this looks like it kind of blends in with foundation, but somehow this still really works, and it just gives me a soft, beautiful, like bronzy glow, which I appreciate. It doesn't accentuate any texture. It doesn't pull the foundation off. It just blends really seamlessly on the skin, and I really, really do enjoy this little bronzer stick. It adds just enough of a little bit of a bronze glow without being too overbearing and being too deep where you're like, oh my gosh, I have to lighten that up. It just like melts so seamlessly into the skin. Now, a lot of people, like I said, they thought that this had a little bit more of a yellow undertone to it. I think it just kind of depends on like your skin tone and like what works best for you. Like, I am a neutral girly. I can pull a little bit more cool tone at times, but I'm definitely more on the neutral side. I can't really do warm. Warm pulls a little bit either too yellow or too pink, but I definitely am more neutral. So I feel like that's why it's like not as deep. It's not as precise in the face, but do you guys see how that melts in? It just gives me like a soft glow. I really, really do enjoy this. Up next, Nakia Joy Cosmetics sent me over 3 other cheeky liquid blushes. So I have the shade called Playtime, Flirty, and Kinky. I'm going to swatch all 3. It says right here online that these do retail for $20 a piece. This says if you want a foolproof blush that gives you the perfect flush on the cheeks, eyes, and lips, this is going to be for you. This is a mistake-proof formula with a silky satin finish. It has a weightless texture that melts in the skin for natural or bold color. It's waterproof, transfer-resistant, and smudge-proof for all-day wear. Now, I'm not surprised because Nakia Joy herself she's also an oily queen like me, so she definitely has made some amazing products for oily skin. So let me go ahead and swatch these shades and see which one I want to wear today to go along with this eye look. All right, so the first shade we have, this is the shade called Flirty. Okay, so we have Flirty. Ooh, we have the shade called Kinky. This is gonna be like this like vibrant orange shade right there. Oh wow, okay. And then we also have the shade called Playtime, which I think a little bit more of my shade because this looks like a rosy mauve, which might be something I'm more be interested in. Yeah. Okay. Then we have Playtime right here. Now these can be used for your lips and for your cheeks, but we're going to use them as cheeks today. I feel like a little bit of this is going to go a long way. So I'm going to go ahead and just tap this on the cheek, like 1 or 2 dots, and we're going to blend it out with a brush because I feel like you don't need too much with this because they feel like you're super pigmented as it is. So let's just do 2 little dots and let's see how this blends out. Oh, wow. Okay, that is just melting into the skin. Do you see that? That is melting into the skin. Now, obviously, I'm going to clean this up with concealer, but that looks really pretty. I might add a 3rd dot because that is just literally melting straight into the skin. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh, look at that. You definitely see where it has a natural silk finish. Now, for me, I'm definitely going to have to mattify this down because I cannot not mattify this down, but that is such a pretty coverage, and it's going to look messier now. Trust the process. It's going to get cleaned up, but look at how beautiful that is. Wow. I'm curious to see how the color is going to peek through as soon as I put on a setting powder, because normally whenever I put on a setting powder, sometimes I lose a little bit of the color, but I'm curious to see how well this color is going to peek through because it looks like it's going to peek through really nicely. So it's going to look messy. We're going to trust the process. I'm going to go into the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. This is not new, but I bought it like 2 months ago and I'm still playing around with it. It is very brightening, but it is a full coverage concealer. And a little bit of this goes a long way. See how it kind of tones down the blush when I put concealer last? It's so pretty. Okay, so for setting powder, we're going to go into the Nakia Joy Cosmetics. This is going to be the Velvet Finishing Powder. I have talked about this powder, I think since like 2019, 2020. I think right around then. Oh my god, I have concealer lips and I can't stand it. Oh my god. I have been talking about this setting powder for so long. This has always been in my top 3 setting powders if you have oily skin. If you have large pores and oily skin, this is going to be the setting powder for you. I have talked about the setting powder for years. It has been my absolute holy grail. And you guys have always heard me talk about the finishing powder. So it should be no surprise today that we're going to try this out. They did send me 2 backups because I literally go through the setting powder I literally go through the setting powder almost every day because I use this every day. You have large pores, but mostly if you have oily skin, this is phenomenal. Now, even if you don't have oily skin, I've actually got quite a few of my friends who don't have oily skin to try the setting powder out, and they absolutely enjoy how well the setting powder works on their skin. They said it just kind of melts in, it blends all the products together, and it doesn't dry their skin out. Because a lot of times if a product is meant for oily skin, sometimes it doesn't always work for dry skin, but it says that they always say that it works beautifully on their skin. So I don't have any new bronzers or blushes, so I'm just going to quickly throw on a bronzer and blush. I'll just use drugstore, so that in case anyone does want to pick anything up, y'all can. You won't break the bank doing so. This is just the L'Oreal Infallible Bronzer right here. I'm just going to lightly, just quickly bronze back up the area that I set down that cream bronzer. Just very lightly, you're going to go in with this. And then for blush, we're just going to go into L'Oreal blush right here. This is going to be in the shade called Fearless Coral. All right, then for highlighter, I'm just going to go into the Infallible highlighter right here. Again, I don't have a new highlighter, so we're just going to go in with this. But before I do, I'm just going to quickly set my face with the One Size glass setting spray. I absolutely love this glass setting spray. This just helps to melt all those powders together. It is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so for highlighter, we're just going to go into the Infallible highlighter right here. I absolutely love this highlighter. And as you guys can see, I hit pan. I never hit pan on highlighters, but I did on this one. And I'm so proud of myself because it truly is just a gorgeous highlighter. Let me show you. Do I need to say more? Like, do you guys see how beautiful that highlighter is? Ah, so gorgeous. Okay, so to finish off the eyes, we are going to go back into this palette. For this eye, I'm going to go into this deep green shade right here called Emerald Burst. And then I'm going to softly blend it out with this shade called Toxic Gleam. I feel like it'd be such a really pretty like combination under this eye right here. I just wanted to do something very colorful. Oh yeah, like that. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, then for this eye, I'm going to go into this beautiful midnight teal shade right here, and then I'm going to softly blend it out with this shade called Shattered Amethyst. I feel like it's such a pretty combination. Oh my god, that light blue is so pretty. Alright, then I'm just going to use the Kush Mascara to do my bottom lashes. They're on a black liner, and then I got to figure out what I'm going to do for my inner corner. Okay, so to finish off the eyes, I'm just going to go back into the highlighter right here. I'm just going to use this for my brow bone. So like that's going to be really pretty for the brow bone, but I will use a different shimmer for the inner corner. So like that'd be really nice. I'm just going to put the highlighter right here for my brow bone. Okay, so then for inner corner, on this eye, we're going to go into this shade right here called Rose Ruin. This is like a really pretty like golden shift. It's like a really pretty like rose. It's like a really pretty like orange, pink, green shift. We're going to put the inner corner on this eye. And then on this eye, we're going to go into the shade right here called Frosted Relic right here. I feel like this is really pretty to go in the inner corner on this eye right here. Okay, so for lips, if you guys have not seen, I did post this on my shorts, but Morphe sent me over their brand new lip filler. These are their hydrating matte lipsticks. And then down at the bottom, we also have all of their signature lip liners as well. So I'm going to line my lips with one of the lip liners and then one of the lipsticks. Now I did a full on swatching of these over on my shorts, on my TikTok and my Instagram. I swatched every single lip product for you guys. My lips are on fire, but oh my gosh, go check it out if you guys have not seen it. All right, so I'm going to go into the shade right here called Makeup Talk. That is such a pretty color. Such a pretty color. All right, then I'm going to go in with Souffle right on top of that. Then I'm going to take the shade right here called Ballerina or Ballet. And we're going to put that like right in the center. Because I want to lighten this up just a little bit. A little pretty lip combo. It has a little bit of shine to it. Not bad. It's not bad. Okay, so to then finish off the face, we're going to go in with the One Size. It's going to be this Silk Airbrushed Finishing Powder. So this retails for $40, and it says that this right here is a baked finishing powder that creates an all-over airbrush silk finish and visibly evens tone with sheer dimensional coverage with a range of flexible shades. So I do have two shades. I have the shade Fair and Light. We are going to go in with Fair today. I've already been using this. I did a comparison over on my shorts and on TikTok and everything like that, where I compared it to my Givenchy finishing powder. And I have to say, I do think this is a really beautiful finishing powder. I still feel like my pores are pretty visible whenever I do wear this. Like I feel like I don't really fully have the airbrushed effect, but it does make my makeup set and last, and it just gives my face just a softer complexion than what I previously had, which I do appreciate. But I do go in with I do set my entire face because like I said, I do get really oily, so I try to I'm doing the exact same routine as if I was going to work. So we're just going to go ahead and set this, especially right here where my pores are the most prominent. I'm just going to set this. Okay, then finally we have the Danessa Myricks. This is the Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm. This is a mattifying setting spray. And it says that this was formulated with our exclusive blurring complex. This setting and finishing spray delivers an impossibly smooth, blurred, soft matte finish without the look of dryness. It featured 10 clinical grade skincare ingredients: niacinamide to smooth and brighten, hyaluronic acid to hydrate and plump, and Upsolite technology to control shine and reduce the appearance of texture. And as you guys can see, I have very large pores. I do not hide that. So I don't know how much I paid for this. Let me see how much this was. So this retails for $36. Like I said, I just picked this up and I just want to know how well this is going to actually work out. So this is how my face is looking right now. We'll see what it looks like after I spray it. So we gotta shake this up. Let me let this dry down. Pores are still visible. I don't think it blurred any of my imperfections. You can still definitely see the texture on my skin. That has not changed, but I don't feel it drying. Like it doesn't feel drying in the slightest, but my texture is still pretty visible. I'm not one of those people that puts filters on my videos. I show my real skin because I'm not ashamed of it. I'm human and I have flaws. So this is how we're looking. I still have texture, but we're going to see how well it wears. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys out, and then I'm going to give you guys my first impressions of these products. Alrighty, guys. So this is the final look right here. I'm going to do a quick little rundown. First off, this eyeshadow palette from Beauty Signature, Broken Jewels. Oh my god, this is beautiful. Like, I literally love how my eye looks turned out. I think both eye looks are really beautiful. I did not intend to do, like, warm tone versus cold tone, but like that's somehow what ended up happening, and yet it works out really beautifully. I'm so sorry that this is sold out at the moment. I really do hope that she brings this back. Like I said, I did not intend for this review of this palette to be out so late, but it took a trip to Puerto Rico, so I didn't really have a choice. But I do think it's absolutely beautiful, so hopefully she restocks it very, very soon. We do have the Nakia Joy Cosmetics. We have the matte base primer. I'm going to keep testing this out. I remember I used to not be the biggest fan of it back in the day, but we're going to see how well I like it now. Is it going to work beautifully? Is it not? We're going to see how well it wears. I would definitely know, but first impressions, it was very smoothing. It did go on pretty matte. I didn't feel it like shift or budge any of the foundation on top of it. I feel like it just worked really nicely. Speaking of foundation, the Makeup by Mario, I feel like this right here is going to be, I would feel like one, it had a pretty decent match for the most part. Two, it definitely has a beautiful medium coverage with a natural finish. But is it going to control the shine? That's going to be the biggest question for me. Is it going to control the shine? I did not get the first one because I knew that did not work for oily skin. But this is supposed to help to control shine while maintaining a really beautiful natural finish while adding hydration for up to 16 hours. We're going to see, does the hydration mess with the oil? Does it make me more really oily? Does it really help to control it? We're going to find out. I'll let you know. First impressions, I do like it so far. We have the Lunar Beauty bronzer sticks right here. I think these are beautiful. They melt so nicely into the skin. For me, absolutely worth it. I really do enjoy Lunar Beauty. Same thing with the Nakia Joy Cosmetics. Nakia Joy Cosmetics blush. This just melts really nicely into the skin. Beautiful coverage, beautiful color. They have 5 different ones you guys can choose from, or 6, I think. And you guys can use it as lips or cheeks if you guys wish to do so. Very pigmented. Little does go a long way, but they are very beautiful. Okay, the setting powder. Y'all already love that, so I'm going to go ahead and skip that. The Kush Mascara from Milk Makeup. It's not bad, but it's definitely not my favorite. Like, I definitely still prefer drugstore. This one, the wand is just too thick for me. It does transfer on the lid. If I'm not wearing a makeup, if I'm not wearing like eyeshadow, you guys would see the dust transfer. So I'm not the biggest fan of that, but I will say I do like that it does give me some lift and volume, and it's very soft. It doesn't hurt, which I do appreciate. Then we do have the One Size Silk Finishing Powder. I really do enjoy this. It does remind me a lot of the Givenchy Pressed Prism Powder. But I will say this is supposed to give you blurred complexion. I think it's just more for those who have just like normal skin. If you have really blurred, if you have really like textured skin or large pores like myself, I think you might still see it. But it does help to set the makeup and make you look a little bit softer, which I do appreciate. I've really been enjoying this one. Lastly, we do the Danessa Myricks, the Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm. I feel like this is going to be great, again, if you have like normal skin, but if you have large pores like myself and you're hoping that this is going to be a miracle and it's going to disguise it, think again. Because my pores are still very visible. They did not do anything to the pores. They're still there. It's why I never really cared for the Yummy Balm to begin with, because that never worked on me. But I will say, if it doesn't work to blur the complexion, I don't really care about that. I just genuinely want to see, is it going to control the shine and make me matte all day? That is what I mostly care about, because, you know, I have the Milk Makeup pore eclipsing one. This one doesn't do anything to blur the face, but it does help to set the makeup. The only thing I'll say, I don't like the sprays like this. These sprays will end up just getting like, they have such a super fine mist, but over time I feel like this little nozzle right here gets clogged, and then it just comes out like a freaking jet and it just squirts you in the face instead of being like a nice mister. I wish I could do this separately, but these are identical. I just realized that these are absolutely identical. Interesting. Very, very interesting. But this works really well to help to control the shine. So I'm really curious to see how well this is going to control the shine. That is what I care about mostly, more than the blurring complexion. So, and finally, we do have the Morphe lip products. Now, I really do love Morphe lip liners. I think they're absolutely incredible. The lipsticks I've not played around with too much. I will say they're very comfortable on lips. I don't really feel them sitting there. They don't have a tackiness to them. They are going to transfer, but I will say I really have been enjoying Morphe products. I think Morphe's been really on a comeback lately, and if you guys want to check these out, I think these are available at Ulta as of now. First impressions, I'm pretty happy with everything that I got so far, but we're definitely going to see how well it wears throughout the day, so I'll be back in 12 hours and let you guys know what I think of these products. Okay, so it's been over 3.5 hours, and this is how the makeup is looking. Surprisingly, lips are holding on, even though I had lunch, but this is how it's looking so far. So far, so good. I'm not getting oily. I'm not getting shiny. Nothing has moved. Nothing has budged. Nothing has transferred. So far, after 3.5 hours, we're looking pretty good. Okay, guys, so it's officially been over 12 hours, and this is how the makeup is looking. I'm definitely getting pretty oily. If you guys look at my T-zone, I have definitely gotten oily. So this foundation doesn't really do the best controlling shine, nor does the setting spray really help to control shine as well. My lips didn't really last. But I will say one thing though. I will say one thing. The foundation hasn't really budged except for like right here. It kind of came off. But like on my nose and stuff like that, like it's still holding on. I haven't seen where my foundation has really lifted or creased. I have some like fallout from like my mascara, but my foundation really hasn't budged too much. And I even took a shower. I took a shower to see how well this makeup is going to hold on. And surprisingly, it is holding on. So I will say, if you have oily skin like myself, the foundation works really nicely. Is this like a holy grail for me? No, it's not a holy grail, but it does work. After 12 hours, this is how we're looking. It's not too bad compared to like previous like foundations that I've done wear tests for. This is generally not too bad. I'm just definitely pretty oily in my T-zone, but that's to be expected after 12 hours. And I would definitely keep wearing this foundation to really keep trying it out, because it's not lifting, it's not budging, it's not separating. I'm just pretty oily. So I think it's safe to say the foundation works pretty nicely for the most part. Setting spray doesn't blur. I am kind of oily. And same thing with like the matte base, the matte primer as well. So overall, first impressions, not too bad, but definitely not oily proof. So that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. So I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channels, R for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to beautiful, wonderful Patreon members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.